Donald Trump speaking on Capitol Hill. He just met with senators, had a business roundtable earlier this morning as well. He'll be talking about his legislative plan and his agenda. As you can see here, we're going to listen in to a standing ovation.
A vile individual committed a terrorist attack that attacked Jews because they are Jews and attacked Britain because of our values. And while this is not a new hate, this is something Jews have always lived with, we must be clear. It is a hatred that is rising once again, and Britain must defeat it once again.
Gary, is it an attack on Britain and our values?
Yes, it is. The Jews are simply the first. After they've got the Saturday people, they will go for the Sunday people. That's an old expression. And particularly militant Islamists, Islamic fundamentalists, their next target is the Christian community. We witnessed in Nigeria what really is a genocide, with fundamentalist Islamists murdering Christians. And that is what will happen in future once they feel they have dealt with the Jews. They're going to turn their attention to the Christians next. First the Saturday people, then the Sunday people.
Gary, you can see it across your face. It's completely understandable, the emotion that you're flooded with this evening. And can you just describe that to me? Is it a combination of just sadness, but also just anger and frustration?
You've summed it up exactly. It's tremendous frustration with government that we have seen a government that's allowed itself to do nothing, essentially. Keir Starmer's words are all very well, but what action has he taken? What action has the government ministers taken? That is why there's so much disappointment.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to bring attention to the tragedy Christians in Nigeria are experiencing. The deadly terrorist organization Boko Haram is trying to eliminate the Christian faith from Nigeria. This is the same terrorist group that kidnapped dozens of young schoolgirls and burned innocent civilians alive in cages. According to reports, over 3.5 million people have been forced to flee their homes. 3 churches are destroyed every single day. 7,000 Christians were massacred this year alone, and the faithful must now meet in secret or in burnt-out sanctuaries. Sadly, the world is turning a blind eye to the plight of Christians in Nigeria. There are no embedded journalists covering the violence. There are not daily updates. Politicians around the world are not asked questions about how they will respond. We cannot ignore this violence and tragic loss of life. We must speak out and shine a light on what's happening so that people can donate to relief efforts and provide support to those displaced by violence. To my brothers and sisters in Christ, we know you know the power of prayer. We will not forget you. Stay strong. Keep the faith.
Mr. David, we have been deceived so much by these people. Since the APC came into I told you they hijacked Nigeria. This is not our culture. This security, what is that covenant the APC has with these terrorists that they don't want to tell us? They gave you notes about terrorizing Nigeria. Up to today, they have Buhari did not mention their name. Tinubu did not mention them. So what is going on? Okay. But whenever they want to catch crews, they will look for somebody in the southeast. IPOP. Okay. IPOP, indigenous people of Biafra. Is that a terrorist organization?
All right, let's move this conversation to Ambassador Roy.
How do you make such a speech without dwelling seriously on insecurity? Mr. Okura Moses, do you remember that whenever any president is being sworn in, he swore to protect life and property? That is the major issue they came to do to the people. To protect life and property. If you have failed on this particular major duty, please, what other progress are you talking about? Look at Nigeria. We are now sharing governance with the terrorists. And nobody thinks it is important. So how can you make progress where there is insecurity? Mention one particular country in the whole wide world where you have ever made progress with insecurity, bedeviling you. It can never happen. So all this speech is all about deceit, because it is not possible for Nigeria to make progress with this insecurity. It's not possible. It can never happen. Or except the president addressing this insecurity, he's wasting his time. Next year, he will still do another speech. But you will not tell Nigerians why the government is sharing power with terrorists. I mean, sharing power. They now decide what to do and what not to do. They tell Nigerian government what they want and they will comply. They give you their names. You can't even pronounce it. President Tinubu was quick to mention IPOP and ESN in the settings. But this other people did not. He didn't call their names out. He had never, since he came into office. These Fulani men that are terrorizing farmers, he had never called out their name one day. Can you compare IPOP and what they are fighting for and what people are doing to us? Can you compare it? So when you have not identified the problem, how can you solve it? How can you solve it? Every year, the same rhetoric.
Good day, sir. Viewers, if you are watching, click on the like button as you are watching now. Drop your comment on this program and also share this program to others. U.S. Senator raises a motion to disintegrate Nigeria. What do you have to say about this?
Well, it didn't come as a surprise. There has been developments regarding that over time. But what we want, they want to state clearly at this point in time is that Nigeria has become a country of concern. The senators and the Republicans met, in Oval Office with the President of the United States of America about a few hours ago, and there was this deliberation that was going on how Nigeria is going to be disintegrated because it has become a country of concern, even though the federal government of Nigeria has come out to actually, deny, anything like that. But are they actually sincere to themselves? And most of those things we are hearing from the Oval Office, right from the Washington DC, is that IPOB is not a terrorist organization, and they are not linked to anything terrorist anywhere in the world. As you continue to watch this video, you continue to see on the in the background, where you continue to see visible engagement and activities, of IPOB all over the world, So Nigeria is actually making mockery of themselves because definitely it has backfired. It is going to be a wider jubilation and something Nigeria will never believe will happen. It's getting closer. I can assure you, in honest truth, Biafra, as a sovereign nation, is here.
It's here.
United States government has disclosed very clearly that at this point, it is going to be something that no power on earth will stop. Biafra has come. I want to celebrate at this moment with Biafrans all over the world, and I want to say, in solidarity with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for the legacies he has left for the Igbo people, all over the world. Yes, the Republican senators, wrote to the American Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who acknowledged that it has become something that there is going to be some level of concentration on Nigeria, and with proof and what we are seeing today, it has become reality. Nigeria is going to experience disintegration, and even though we are hearing that Abuja, is struggling currently now with the reality and revelation that is coming from the most powerful, nation in the world. Mike Johnson, the House Speaker of United States government, has also, given an endorsement in that regard. They might not know, what is happening. A lot of people will say, how does this going to work? Of course, it is going to work. Very clearly, we are saying at this point in time that we do not need the criminal United Nations to step into the Biafran quest to disintegrate from Nigeria. But what we are saying at this point is that now we are gathering a global support, a global endorsement, with revelations coming from Canada, with revelations coming from even UK themselves, can no longer do much because, the power of, control has actually, left them. Even though there has been manipulation on, trying to rule Nigeria from behind the scene, control Nigeria behind the scene as a result of whatever interest they are thinking they are having. And it has become very clear now that the UK themselves has experienced the attack in one of the Jewish synagogues in the United States of in United Kingdom currently now, that prompt the Prime Minister, who is about to leave office for having supported terrorism in the Middle East, as taking a stand now that they are going to take decision over what is happening in, of course, Nigeria, in Africa, and of course, pointing at Nigeria. When they are talking about Nigeria, it is very critically clear, that the Nigeria-Biafra civil war was as a result of a religious war, was instigated, was turned, became a religious war between Muslim Nigeria and Christian Biafra. And when you are talking about the killing of Christians. It has gotten to the point. I can tell you, you can see the government of the world has been reacting. He said they have been watching development. It's not about what Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to the national TV, to indict himself. I can put it that way, because the IPOB, ESN does not share the same ideology with any terrorist organization in the world. Their ideology is specific, and what is the ideology? To stop the infiltration of jihadists, to stop killings of Christians all over the world, to make sure that they have a nation of their own where their destinies and their lives can be protected. As simple as that. That is the aim. And there's nowhere in the history of the world where we see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, carrying gun against anybody, against any carrying gun against anybody, against any tribe, against any race, against any government, anywhere in the world. Then how come? That's what the United States of America is asking Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I hope he responds to this question. How come you label, these people a terrorist organization? Yes, the Southeast governors, in their quest to struggle popularity, in their quest to dismantle Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in their quest, to whittle down the influence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is almost controlling over 85 million. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu word has become law and order. They went as far as conniving with the late president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, and that was the outcome of the kangaroo Islamic jihadist court in Nigeria that are still manipulating Nnamdi Kanu's freedom and right to, self-determination. Till this moment, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is spending over 2,000 days in DSS custody, as I am speaking to you, for an offense he never committed. Whether they are going to release him or not, of course, the spirit of Biafra is taking over everything, everywhere. Currently now, the men on ground are not relenting for a minute. And I can tell you that it is not yet over. Nigeria will be surprised what is going to happen in the few moments from now. Yes, because the deliberations are already going on. The security agencies, the world security agencies have focused on Nigeria. Currently now, the Canadian government has reacted. The British government has reacted, endorsing the decision of the American Senate that Nigeria should be designated as a country of concern, meaning that every hand is on deck, things are being worked out on the ground, that Nigeria has gotten to the point of disintegration. And the reason, yes, you cannot factor that, you cannot deny that Christians are being murdered in Nigeria on a daily basis.
Viewers, if you are watching, click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program. Do you think it is high time U.S. interfere in Nigerian issues? I think they're showing enormous interest because of solidarity and pressures, and development. We don't need to tell them. The American, analysts there, came out and told the whole world, that they have been watching developments in Nigeria. They think they are not watching them. They are watching them, and they are seeing how continuously over 5,000 churches has been destroyed. Close to 500,000 Christians have been murdered by these people, and it is not acceptable. And this also is what the British Prime Minister, as you have watched in this video, stated it clearly that we can no longer allow this thing to continue, signaling the peace and prosperity of what millions of Igbos all over the world has actually gone through in Nigeria. You can see the people of Kwara currently is under serious massacre, and they are heading towards the Biafran region. The Middle Belt has the same thing, because they know that that's where they can only find peace. That's what the people that can represent them. And the whole world is watching. Look at what is coming from the Mali, Senegal, Niger, and Burkina Faso, saying very clearly that they are going to, make public the list of politicians who are powering, who are destroying, who are killing, who are sponsoring, a terrorist
organization. It is left for the world to know whether IPOB name is actually going to be there. Yes, whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu name is going to be published by those who see. The names are already in the internet, but they are saying, the security experts are saying they are going to, publish it. We don't know who is who in that list, but the list is already here. As we progress in this interview, you discover, names of people who were actually involved in this conquest agenda. But the Southeast governors, of course, are pretending over the reality on ground, and they are making it look as if, they do not know what to do. Yes, the president come out and said it, that they are all, IPOB, but they forgot that a certain court has already labeled APC and PDP as a terrorist organization. Here, some 3 months ago, from all the way from Canada, they have made it very clearly. They never mentioned IPOB, but Nigeria has always looked at way, to indict and possibly carry out a extrajudicial, extermination and execution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody, and that is what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is planning to engage on. Currently now, for him coming out publicly to declare, means that he wants, extrajudicial decision on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that will lead to his execution, or possibly, indefinite, remaining in DSS custody. But that has already been thwarted by the United States government decision that Nigeria will go their separate ways. And when we're talking about Nigeria going their separate ways, we have seen DSS custody, and that is what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is planning to engage on. Currently now, for him coming out publicly to declare, means that he wants, extrajudicial decision on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that will lead to his execution, or possibly, indefinite, remaining in DSS custody. But that has already been thwarted by the United States government decision that Nigeria will go their separate ways. And when we're talking about Nigeria going their separate ways, we have seen countries, lending signatories to that. A celebration to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We know what the IPOB leader, has said in the past concerning the struggle for the restoration of Biafra. But today, you can see that the world leaders, are paying deep attention to do something that has to do with reality on how to liberate Christians from jihadist tendencies that already, crippling the world. We do not need to rely on the United Nations currently now, but what we need at this point in time is the executive order of the most powerful nation in the world to issue an executive order, and that becomes what it is now. We don't need the United Nations to recognize Biafra as a nation. What we need is executive order from Donald Trump, and I can tell you the Senate are working on it currently now. They have made it publicly, and as we celebrate this outstanding feat by Biafrans all over the world, especially those who are based in the United States of America, I say kudos to them for this achievement. God bless you.
Viewers, if you are watching, click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program. God bless you and have a nice day.
The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Samuel Ekpa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Samuel Ekpa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Samuel Ekpa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work. And then it has never been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is formed. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed in disguise of pretending to keep one Nigeria, and that one Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. Between Mazi Samonepa and that terrorist, who is more deadly? But here we are today. Mazi Kanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igbophobia, of the hate. If Samonepa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Samonepa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland have written to the ICC, Nigeria should immediately hand over CDS Musa for custody, because the French government have done their own findings too, and they've seen that something is pushing under the ground, that this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it, that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Samonepa and IPOB a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CDS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person